Ashton Kutcher admitted on the Throwbacks podcast that toxic masculinity is the reason he behaves differently with his son compared to his daughter, and is more protective of his little girl than maybe he is with his son. Russell, you're a new dad.
I am.
You have a 3-month-old son.
Congratulations.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
That's lovely.
That's very nice. Yeah.
But so this might be a little early to ask, but can you relate to this?
Can I relate? Not,
Yeah.
Well, really, like the only thing I've noticed, do you know what it's like being a dad? It's like being a PA to a superhero. Oh. Because your wife does everything, and you're just there going, do you want a cup of tea? Do you want me to rub your back? Do you want me to iron your cape? That's kind of all you do.
Well, especially at that stage.
At that age.
Yeah, so, and my son really likes going outside, and he likes leaves, like on hedges. That's his thing. So he will stare at a leaf in the same way that I looked at his mum when I first met her. Do you know, but it's that kind of... So yeah, we're not really into kind of anything specific. It's just everything's exciting. So, making him burp or seeing him smile, or the fact that he's just noticed that he can push things. He held a balloon the other day, and you realise and you remember just how incredible balloons are, because my son is just...
Yeah.
Look at that. And you're like, God, I remember that feeling, and now I just toss balloons away.
You're seeing everything through his eyes.
Yeah, totally. So it feels, every cliche is true. It's wildly exciting. And the idea of, at the minute, I just want to sort of hug him and kiss him. Just, do you know what I mean? It's just, it's incredible.
Of course.
Were you raised with any sort of like masculine overtones?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. My dad's like a lovely man, but insane. And I mean,
many dads of that generation as well.
So get ready for this. When we were 9, we had a rabbit that had myxomatosis, and it kind of twitched. So my dad killed it in front of us with a hammer.
No. That's so traumatizing.
And he was not really, he was just kind of going, clear, like that. I just don't like it when rabbits suffer. So,
right.
Yeah, but so the point I'm making, I can't imagine doing that in front of my son.
Right, right.
So things change.
So generationally. Even things change.
Yeah.
But you guys, how do you guys feel?
It's an interesting thing to hear, because my father, he's a European man from Portugal. He was raised by a hard father. He was in the military. And my sister and I always say that the luckiest thing that happened in our family is we didn't have a brother.
Okay.
Because he raised the two of us like little boys.
Okay.
And I think
clearly,
my brother...
you're breaking into houses.
Clearly, I'm doing them proud. I'm doing something right.
So what do you mean?
And what I say by that is we have a horse farm. So farm kids are very physical. Your life from a very young age is work.
Yeah.
And so I think if we had had a brother, he would have had it very hard.
Yeah.
Now, I say that because my dad's very traditional, an amazing father, but he pushed us hard because it didn't matter that we were girls. Work had to be done.
Yeah.
And I will say that we benefited from it, because I don't see gender lines the same way that perhaps kids, if there are mixed genders in the family, I see differences with how my friends raise their girls and their boys. It's the difference between seeing stairs and seeing a little girl walk down the stairs and saying, be careful, and a little boy going, wow, you did those stairs great.
Yeah.
See, it's those minor things that we do to condition our boys and our girls differently right from the beginning. And I was very lucky I didn't have that.
I mean, here's the thing, the fact is that women and girls are still more vulnerable in our society today. We like it or not. If you look at stats around intimate partner violence, for example, there are reasons to be still concerned. So I have a hard time with this idea of just raising everyone equally, because the world still isn't seeing women equally. We can dare to dream. I know I'm a mother of a son. He's almost 12 years old. And we also didn't really press. It's like, whatever, we'll give you dolls. We'll see what happens. We didn't say you have to fit into this one mold. But what's interesting is and like a lot of the shows that he watched had female leads. So I've been recently trying to explain sexism to him, and he comes back with very interesting observations. He's like for example, I think we were watching The Price is Right recently, and I was like vintage Price is Right, and it was like all of the women on that are being, I said, look, they're being catered to. Like the assumption is that they're the ones who run the homes. He's like, but at that time, weren't they the ones who ran the homes? And I was like, oh yeah, that's true. Okay, wait a minute. So he comes back with because he's been raised in the era of girl power. He's been raised in the era. So it's an interesting thing I don't know what this will look like 10 years from now, but I think that he doesn't see masculinity or femininity in the ways that we
do.
But you're also not modeling that in your relationship.
I'm not, but I'm seeing it through his eyes. It's hard because he didn't grow up with the trauma. So I have to remind him, like, well, this is the thing.
In my day.
In my day. And then I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here.
Yeah, it's true.
So let me get this straight.
Yes.
For entertainment, you make your son watch episodes of Vintage Price is Right.
That's another story. We'll put a pin in that.
Let's give the young man a Game Boy. just something, yeah.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.